Hey y'all, I'm trying to get more organized and my freezer is a total disaster. So I just went to Dollar Tree. I spent like $13 and I bought these little baskets, and another basket right here. And then I went ahead and bought some of these little plastic containers. And I thought with these, I have a lot of chopped up peppers and onions and blueberries and things like that. And instead of keeping them in baggies and Ziploc baggies like I have been, and they're all over the freezer, my thought is to put them in these. And then I have these for like chopped onions and for frozen garlic and things like that, just to try to organize the freezer a little bit. Because there's another thing I'm going to start doing is I use leftovers a lot after we have a meal, and I'll just put them in the refrigerator and we'll eat them the next day, and sometimes I end up throwing them out because we don't get to them. Well, I've decided that I want to try using those silicone freezer cubes. I couldn't decide which ones I wanted to use, so I'm going to do a video on that, how I decided, you know, which ones to buy. But anyway, I got to get my freezer ready if I'm going to start, you know, having some freezer meals and things like that and having a place to put them. Because y'all, I just have a little refrigerator freezer. My freezer's on the top. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to try to organize it as best I can because it's such a small area. But you know, just little things. I'm just going to start doing some little things here and seeing if I can get it to work a little bit better, especially, you know, before the holidays, and because we'll have lots of leftovers then and I can freeze those. But I'm going to have my freezer just a little bit more organized because I'm going to show you what it looks like, y'all. Don't judge. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. So I'm going to show you. Kind of the first thing I'm going to do is just take everything out. Just try to get everything out and put it on the counter and then go through it from there. Because I don't even know, y'all, I don't even know what's in here. Honestly. I'm at frozen green beans from the garden. Pretzel bites that we haven't ate. Bags of onions. More green beans. It's like some leftover rice that I forgot I had. Let's see. This frozen pizza. These are good, by the way. It's cheaper than takeout pizza. And I think we got these on a BOGO, so we got 2 for $10. And they're really good for a lunch. And let's see. I'm running out of places to put things. More frozen vegetables, frozen onions, frozen peppers, more onions and peppers, broccoli. I don't keep a whole lot in here, so there's not a whole lot. It was just very unorganized. I did have a tray that I keep all my meat in. And look, I found some more stray frozen peppers, more peppers. And this is a whole tray of meat. So now I'm just going to give the freezer a good wipe out and start organizing. Okay, so I got these little containers and they're clean, and they were $1.50 because y'all know there's nothing truly $1 to Dollar Tree anymore. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put my blueberries in one of them. If I can find all my blueberries here. I've got a really small kitchen, y'all, and I have to work with what I got. But I don't have a whole lot of blueberries left, I think, but I'm going to put all of them in the container. So I can just throw these bags out. And then I got, see, this is what happens. I don't know that I have them. And so I just keep buying more. And now if I have a dedicated container for the blueberries, I'm just going to put them all in here. Then, you know I have them. And I have a Cricut machine. So I can, you know, put blueberries with and the Cricut letters on the ends of them. That way I'll know what's in them. So I'm going to do that too. I'm going to get out my Cricut and do that. So then I have the blueberries are all in a container. And I've got a little scoop that I can use too to get those out. And then I use a lot of peppers because we had a lot of peppers in the garden. So I don't know where that bag of peppers is. No idea where that bag of peppers was at. It was right here. Let's see. Oh, here they are. Here's my bag of peppers. So I'm going to put, these are all just diced peppers that I had in the garden. So we'll put those. It fills up the whole container almost. See? We got those in a container. And I don't want to mix my peppers and onions because I don't always use the same things, but I think I had another little bag of peppers somewhere. I'll find it in a minute. But anyway, we have those there. My containers are falling everywhere, y'all. I don't have enough room. And then I just have one bag of frozen broccoli, and I'm tempted to whether I want to put it in a container and just because I don't like to use the plastic containers in the microwave, but I think I'm just going to put that in there for now and decide later if that's what I want to use it for. But I'm thinking that's what I do want to use it for like a broccoli cauliflower mix or whatever, and have it have its own container. And the same thing with like the green beans. I have a ton of green beans, and I think I'm going to put those in a container too and just take out what I need because they're like kind of getting freezer burnt anyway. So I'm going to put them in a container. And then I have all my diced onions. I think I'm going to put those in a little container and have a place for those. Because I don't know, whenever I have an onion left over when I'm cooking, I just always have a bag that I add it to. And I just keep putting them in the freezer. And I forget that I have them in there because the freezer's a mess and I can't find it. So this way I'll know. And like I said, I'll get the Cricut machine out and I'll put onions on this and it'll be a dedicated little onion thing. And then I bought these baskets. And I think I'm going to put all my meat and stuff in these little baskets. And then this will just be a dedicated, like, you know, like the hamburger and the chicken and things like that. And this will just be a dedicated basket for that. And have a place to put that in there. And then I had bought, let me bend over. I bought this basket at the Dollar Tree and it was $4, y'all. And I did measurements, but I forgot to bring my measurements with me. See, this basket is too big. So I'll use that in my pantry. I'll do something with it. But I did get this one, and this one's perfect. And I think this is going to be a dedicated for my freezer meals, my freezer cubes. And I'll just maybe do like little dividers in it and have like different ones in here. But that's what I'm going to use that for. And so I'm going to put it in there. And I think, you know, everything's pretty much organized. And I'm going to put it in the freezer and see and play around with it and see what it looks like.